You think a virus is gonna do something to you? Like really, like, man, the economy is loving this. Everybody running around with their heads cut off, scared, panicking. Look, this virus is going around right now. This virus is going on right now. Right now. All right. If this is all spiritual attack, I need all my deliverance ministers to go out there on the streets and cast this thing out. You know why they won't do it? Because they'll be afraid they're going to get it. They're going to stay at home. They're going to shut down churches. Come on, man. If it's a spirit, what you worried about? Right? Right? If it's a spirit, come on. You guys teach everything's a spirit. Well, come on. Where you at? Where you at? If it's all the spirit, come on. See, the thing with me is what we teach is it doesn't matter what it is. It's going to bow. It don't matter what it is. No matter if it's a spirit, doesn't matter if it's a virus, doesn't matter what it is. It's going to bow, boy. Yeah, put that in your pipe and smoke that, right? Who are you? Yeah.
Didn't look good for a while. And it's been a hard road. But I'm here to tell you that when you got the word of God to stand on, there ain't no weapon formed against you can prosper.
Hold on, baby.
You think a virus is going to do something to you? Like really, like...
That ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. For he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust.
Hold on, baby.
You think a virus is going to do something to you? Like really, like...
Didn't look good for a while. And it's been a hard road. But I'm here to tell you that when you got the word of God to stand on, there ain't no weapon formed against you can prosper.
Hold on, baby.
You think a virus is going to do something to you? Like really, like... Do you guys not understand that the news is pumping fear into you? Man, the economy is loving this. Everybody running around with their heads cut off, scared, panicking. Man, they are taking us to the bank.
Stocks cratered Thursday in a stunning sell-off. The Dow Jones Industrial Average suffered its biggest one-day blow since the market crash of 1987, digging deeper into its first bear market in a decade. Blue chips tumbled 2,352 points on Thursday for a massive 10% decline. The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq posted sizable losses as well to join the Dow in bear market territory. That's when stocks are down more than 20% from record highs. But stocks are now closer to 30% below the high set just last month. The selling was so fierce, trading curbs were set off, temporarily halting trading for the second time this week. And over in Europe, it was the worst day for stocks ever. The intense selling came after a surprise European travel ban by the White House fueled fears the coronavirus pandemic could drag the global economy into recession.
Man, the economy is loving this.
That's the closing bell on Wall Street as we are watching the end of trading today. Right now, the Dow is settling down somewhere in the down 2,300 range, ending a grim day on Wall Street today. At one point, trading was even halted because of such a quick drop.
Man, they are taking us to the bank.
Time and time again, there is that blow, the economic blow of shutting down the NBA and games for the foreseeable future, the economic blow to cruise lines that are saying we will no longer take passengers, the economic blow of people canceling travel, of airlines saying that they're seeing business down dramatically.
And the economy is loving this.
And while there are things that the government has announced that it can do in the near term to help cushion that blow, which, by the way, have yet to be passed, while there are various things that can be done in the near term, the bigger question, and this is what you're seeing reflected on Wall Street, is the longer term question of the industries and the businesses that have a lot of debt right now, and there are record amounts of corporate debt right now. Those industries, as they weather through this, and by the way, every economist believes that America will eventually weather through this. The big question is, what will the casualties, business-wise, look like?
And the economy is loving this.
And there is a feeling that there will be job losses and there will be business casualties before things get back to where they started.
And the economy is loving this.
And it's such a great point, and I just want to reiterate it, especially since the closing bell was ringing as you were saying it, but that what is the best interest on the economy is not always what's in the best interest of public health. But long term, those two areas do cross. Businesses want to protect their consumers. The NBA wants to protect its fans, right? So we have to make these decisions now in hope that in the long run, it does help keep these businesses afloat.
Exactly, and Dr. Jen has talked a lot about flattening the curve. By flattening the curve, you keep fewer people in the hospital system. You don't overtax the hospital system all at once. That in and of itself has positive economic effects. I mean, look, we're talking about people and humans here, and I don't want to lose that in this conversation. That is number one, and it should be number one. But when it comes to the economic impact of all of this, we have to remember that these very, very drastic measures do have drastic economic consequences.
And the economy is loving this.
These very, very drastic measures do have drastic economic consequences, but at the same time, they also keep life consequences from happening, and they also have their own potential for creating other problems. You know, if the coronavirus were to spread rapidly, and if we were to have that impact, the actual viral impact on our economy, that opens up a whole new can of worms.
Right.
And the economy is loving this.
And then the Fed tried to sort of intervene, it seemed, at some point in the middle of the day. What happened there?
Well, we've seen the Federal Reserve step up a handful of times now at this point, looking at different ways that it can help with the economy. I mean, that's ultimately its job, to make sure that the economy isn't running too hot or too cold. Unfortunately, today, the Fed buying back some Treasury securities was not enough to stop the selling. And I do think, when I talk to analysts and market watchers, I do think a lot of that has to do with this key question about various industries, how they're going to weather through this when the actual disease itself and the severity of the disease is gone. How are those businesses going to be? What position are those businesses going to be in 3-4 months from now?
And the economy is loving this.
It seems like a lot of this hinges on uncertainty. Markets hate uncertainty. We all know that. So is there a light at the end of the tunnel in that we don't know a whole lot about this right now, but we will as time evolves?
We will, and some of this also is the fact that Wall Street works in economic models, Excel spreadsheets filled with numbers. Every single number in those spreadsheets is changing right now because of the coronavirus.
And the economy is loving this.
The key thing is the economy. It's how is this economy going to look in 3 months, in 1 year from now? And I have to say, I commend the businesses out there that have done really stark and difficult things to protect customers and employees, but I think that there will continue to be even more of that, and again, that does have near-term economic consequences.
And the economy is loving this. You think a virus is gonna do something to you? Like, really? Like, and the economy is loving this. Everybody running around with their heads cut off, scared, panicking.